Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for another game here today. My name is Jeff Warburton, bringing you the action from Evangeline here in PEI. As yesterday, the Surge took home the victory. Today, the home team looking for some redemption, as we'll get into it. That puck worked down the right side. Steered off in towards the wall there. Quick shot on, save made. Picked up and moved over to the right side corner. Chip play back to Gibbs. Gibbs corrals that and gets work down here in front. Down the left side, quick shot on, blocker. That one's gonna stay in. Try to move it up the boards. Hartnell pushes to the middle. Surge up the right side. From the boards. Knocked on past Kim. I don't know if that will have enough. It does for the icing, and we'll get a whistle here. 18:55 left to play in the first, so just about a minute in. Right side. That one's going to be worked in by the Surge. Picked up there by Duncan. Duncan gets that up ahead to McAdam. McAdam in over the line. Looking for that puck in the feet, and it'll come to the left side. Surge. McAdam has it knocked away. Played back in towards the left. Surge. Another shot on. It's worked into the corner. Picked up, swept on. Surge looking to work that back. Nice little chip play as it gets back to the blue line. Shot pushes off to the corner. Kim jumps in on it. Grabbed there by the Wolves. Moved to the middle. Rasong played that back. Wolves pick it up. A little bit of time here for Thomas. She'll play it to the open wing there. Webster grabs that off the wall. She'll be going 1-on-3 with the Surge down the left side. Keeps the pressure on there, though. Picked off the wall. Little collision there. Surge back in behind. Up the wall. McEwen plays that back in. Solid defender there on the blue line. She'll walk it and let her forwards go. Webster back to McEwen. Shot through. That one blocker to the left side. Pushed back in behind. Puck picked up on. Surge. Start to move that. In over the line. Robertson has it knocked off the stick by McGugan. Chance there in front and steered aside. McGugan grabs and plays it back to Tran. Hits the stick and comes out the left. Lead pass. That one's back in behind again. McGugan hits it off the back of the net. Picked up now. Trying to find Chason. Chason takes a whack at it. Surge. Pressure there near the blue line. Surge cutting it out in front. Now behind the net. Picked up back to Chason. Surge doing a good job having it in the offensive zone here to start this game. Start to move. Backhand in, and it was loose for a second. Another chance there on the right side, but it's knocked high. Back to the right corner. Wolves look for it. McAdam put some pressure on McCormick. Plays that back down to the corner. Surge backhand there in front. Poked out. Chason passes that off. Grab now here, McAdam. Back and behind for the Surge. Lead play, and it's sent on down. Down here in front, Hartnell, she kind of gets tripped up, but no call as they determined more of a tripping over the stick than shoving the stick into the skates. That's usually how they'll call the trips. Whose fault was it really? Stevenson puts a little pressure on here. Wheeled out of the zone and down the left side. Surge bringing it in onside. It'll be sent in and covered up there in net. Face off to the right. And the pressure continues. Eisner on the draw here. The Surge. Puck dropped in. Plays that back, past Gibbs. Gibbs spins it in around, past the stick of Thomas, but Wolves pick it up in their own end. Shoot that to the middle, no one home. Got to take that extra second to look for the breakout. Richards plays it over to Pinow. Pinow up the right side. Mitchell trying to get in to help. Pinow jumps in. Leaves Richards back. Works it around to Thomas. Thomas off the end of her stick. Hartnell on Thomas there. Played from the corner. Pinow. Can't get it out. Hartnell down low. Looks for the pass. Circles back. Goes up the wall with it. Back to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Steered on and covered up. Face off will be down here to the right. Shot on, spinning around, and that one heads off to the corner. Pressure still continuing here. Down low, Surge, kick that back to the line. Kim steps in, fires that, hits the end boards on the right side. Picked up here by the Wolves. Back to Kim. Kim hands it over. Surge. Off the stick. Comes back down around. Surge kind of tripped up there. Continuing on. Whistle for the offside there. Picked up, and Allman tries to move that to the middle. Jumps back down into the feet. Wolves. Bolton with a little pressure. Jumps down the board there, Tran. Onto the stick here for the Surge. Allman spins that back in around. From the end board, Surge. Hand that off. Shot through traffic, steered aside. Down from the corner, chipped off the boards. That heads up the half wall, back to the Wolves. Wolves circle back. Bit of a risky move there, but buys some time. McPherson up ahead, pass the stick of Chason. Surge continue to hem. Back and behind, Wolves. Gamble off the end boards. That one comes over to Chason. Chason takes a whack at it. Slow it up on the half wall. Surge back in with it. Wolves. Pressure as it heads to the side wall and sent back in behind on the ice. Is just trying to buy a second here as the pressure mounting early from the Surge. Will head down to the right side. from the wall. Hands back, Gamble. Gamble hits off the stick. In behind, Gibbs. Gibbs over to the left. Surge. Hits off the wall and just trickles out of the blue line. Surge. Hand that back off in front. In over the line on the right. That one skated down. Gibbs. Gibbs back over. McNeil. McNeil tries to skate that in. Tangled up there on the line as Gibbs lays the body out there with a little shove that'll separate the puck from the player. Down along the right side, P now into a shin pad. Worked back off the wall. That exits back to center. Richards. Hand it over. Over to the right side. Trying to steer up ahead. Stevenson. Shot. Hits off the glass there in behind. And we get the whistle here with 10:38. So nearing the halfway point here in the first. Still scoreless. Face off to the left. That one's played in around. Hits off the stick of Hartnell down into the zone. Chased after and in the corner. Looking for that puck tied up. Backhand. Push to the middle, Surge, hand that off, and it just goes by the stick. Worked off into the wall. Tangled up. Pushed back to the middle, back for Kim. Kim works it to the open wall, chased after. In over the line, Surge. Back to Hartnell. Hartnell brings it in on side, but plenty of Wolves players there to break that up as we break into the back half of this first period. McGugan, up the wall, Duncan, slows up, hands it back in there in front, Joseph enters down the right side. Worked into the wall, clean, the ref says. Over to the right, Duncan. In over the line, loses it. Wolves still looking for that first grade A chance, we like to call them here, at least I do. Grade A chances is typically when you have a 25% chance or higher of the puck going in, so things like a breakaway or a real good shot on a cross crease, stuff like that. That one shot in, we would call that one a grade B chance. Those ones are 15%. And then the old 5-alarm chance, which is a 33%er, which is basically when you have an open net in front of you. Just some hockey jargon picked up over the years. Laid back in behind. Not a ton of grade A's so far in this game yet. Back and forth effort. Allman moves that up ahead. She'll get across, but a tight offside there. I didn't know if they were going to get it, but they will. And that will be the whistle on the play here on this beautiful Sunday morning here in PEI. Face off here in front. Down the right side. Now the puck heads to the end boards. Surge looking for it. They'll get it. Back in behind. Puck clears out. Surge. Potential 2-on-1 coming here. Hand it off, and it hits the Wolves' stick and goes wide. Brought back in. And penalty on the play. That was from the back ref for a head contact call. So it must have slipped by me, that one, but it was the referee who was in the surge end there, so caught something behind the play on McCormick. And it'll be a power play chance here for the Wolves as they look to break through. Face off to the left, and a good chance here early in this game. Puck drop back to the line. McGugan, time to shoot. Kind of flutters off her stick and goes wide. Picked up by the Wolves in behind though. Back to the line, McGugan, left side. Up ahead, poked, hits a skate. Back home, in behind, and a reset here for the Wolves. Wolves up ahead, brought in over the line, back to center. Serge Kim. Kim picks it up, hits it off the boards there, and it'll be sent on down. Wolves. Just reminded that this kind of looks like the U18 jerseys there, Western. Nice logo. Beautiful looking at center ice there at the home rink here for the Wolves. Thomas. Stick handles, a minute left to go in the power play, 6 minutes in the period. Gamble shoots it in, steered to the corner. Back in behind, that one's grabbed by the Surge and sent down. Wolves poke it up. Gamble. McPherson plays it across. Wolves back down to the end boards. Picked up, sent into the zone, and 17 seconds to go. The kill here for the Surge working out so far. Gamble tries to bring that in, knocked off the stick. Not heading with much of a plan there. Once you hit the red line, you want to kind of survey, see where you're going to go with it there. As the break-in tough when you have the four defenders, sitting back. Picked up here over to Richards. Worked into the boards by Sangster. And that's just a good old-fashioned hit there. That won't go as Richards wears it, but that'll be a power play coming. So back-to-back power plays here for the Wolves, and a bit of an undisciplined one there. Face off to the left. Lots of action here today on High Button Sports for the U18 Female League all around Atlantic Canada. Streaming here today. This is the game that kicks us off for both the male and the female league. So hope everyone's enjoying. Richards to the middle. P now gets it down the right side to Mitchell. 2 minutes of power play time. 4:36 left to go in the first. Played to the middle. Surge. Grab that and work it down. Slowed up by the Wolves. Picked up here. And over to the right side, Richards. Back into the zone they go. Four minutes to go and 1:15. Power play. Early in the season though, folks, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to a power play, that's the type of thing that really gets better with time and experience with your first unit practicing together. That one rifled high. One of those things where you do cut the teams a little bit of slack here through the first few weeks in terms of setting up and everything. Looks like a setup here, though, with a minute to go on the power play. Shot off a stick, comes to the right side, played in front, into the feet, and it's swept just wide. Wolves play that out in front, hits a stick again. Trickled back into the zone. Wolves over here to Chason. Chason, a risky pass that almost gets picked up. Up the wall. Slowed up. Kisses off the glass. And stays in the zone, though. 24 seconds to go on that power play, and it gets worked in behind. Chance here in front. Shot, and it goes wide. And a great chance there for the captain, Hartnell, as she stepped in and had her chance to shoot, and it just goes wide. That was almost a shorthanded goal. I believe we saw a shorthanded goal last night in this game, or maybe almost there at the end of the game. Might be thinking of. So we go back to those grade A chances. That one's sent down. Don't think it's going to have enough legs for icing. It won't. Power play over. 2:40 to go in the first. Moved back through the zone. Along the right side, McCormick tries to get a cheeky one. Goalie doesn't know where it is. Shot loose there in front still, and a big save there. Coming up with it. As that was a bit of a wonky one, but save made by Crocker when it matters. To the boards, 2:23 left to go here in the first. Picked up and pushed off to the middle. Tram. Buffett picks it up. Duncan pressures. In over the red line. That will be sent down. Gamble first to it. She'll backhand it with a nice little play to her D partner. Now they try to chip it up the wall. Duncan. Try to work that in. Under 2 minutes to go on the blue line. Slowed up off the glove, and it's still loose. Oh, and risky business there by Gamble, but the save made. Tram shoots it, hits off the stick and into the corner. 99 seconds to go here in the first. Richards spins that around, gets it back to Tram. Shot through traffic, stopped up. Backhand comes in around for the Wolves. Wolves try to lead that up the right side. Player down, Richards. To the middle. Mitchell jumps up on it. Final minute of play here, approaching. Kicked back down the wall. Surge. Grab, can't get rid of it though. Richards now with it. Tries for the handoff. That was a good chance almost there. Wolves looking to up their shot volume here. And a pinch there by McGugan, but it works out. Pass the stick of Hartnell down the left side. 44 seconds. Wolves into the feet. Surge looking to pick that up. Exiting the zone. Over to Hartnell. From the boards. Worked in around Gibbs. Into the feet. Bounces back. McAdam. McAdam down the left side. Surge. 16 seconds to go. Kick back in off the foot, 10 seconds from the end boards. Pressure there. And that will do it. So, 0-0 after one. Back for the second in a moment. All right, everybody, back here for the second period of action here at High Button Sports as Surge and Wolves go at it 0-0 first period. Ready for a puck drop here. Skater in. Ready to go. And we are off. Puck over there to Tram. She'll play it up the right side, surveying. Back into the Wolves in their end. Hits off the lines. Woman. Left side. Trying to pass that off, and a quick chance, and kicked out with a nice save. And another one. That one blocked over into the corner as the Wolves try to get that puck out early. Back in behind. Surge. Start to move it out. Rossing. Over to the right side, over the blue line. Stops and bobs and weaves. Shot, direct shot on. Had an open shot from the slot there earlier in the second. Wolves try to bounce that up to Chason. McAdam can't quite connect on that one. Now it's near center. Puck picked up by the Surge. Flips that over. Trying to get the lead pass off, and Joseph brings it in. Offside is the call a minute in. Puck down the right side. In along the end boards. Surge. Up the P now. Off the shin pad. Stevenson. Vator. Heads up the right side and into the end boards. Trying to wrap that around. Poked at. Nadeku keeps it in for the Surge. Up the wall and the half wall, kicked off the glass. Falls back in behind. Nadeku in behind again. Up the wall with it. The song keeps in, steps, slowed down. In behind for Kim. Kim starts to move in over the line. Robertson shot, steered up in the sky, and that one will catch mesh, and we'll have a whistle there behind the net. Face off here to the left as they try to throw that puck back in. They'll go over to the bench instead to do it the old-fashioned way with the handoff. Puck dropped in, back to Rasong. Shot through traffic, scooped up there. Face off. Coming. Dropped in, Rasong. Shoots it, heads by the glove there, into the corner. Surge down on that puck low. Surge trying to center, bounces off a stick, lost without the stick in behind. It'll come over to Duncan. Back in around. Wolves flip it off the glass. Jumps a stick. In over the line. Wolves again. Pressured into the corner. Duncan doing the work there, but it's picked up and back the other way. McCormick shoots that one back in behind. Down on the boards on the left side. Surge circling around. Knocked off the stick. Push to the middle. Bounce off the shaft of the stick, back in, Surge. Circling around. Robertson in over the line. Shot and a hard one there by Hartnell. She steps in with a grade A look. At the goaltender though, as the save's made. Chop that, Mitchell. Up the wall with it. Surge slow up. Into the middle, Robertson. Brought in by Hartnell. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell over to the right side. Surge, shot blocked. Spinning, trying again down there in the corner. Backhand, pulls back through. Trying to play to the middle. Oh, and almost a risky ricochet there. But it's grabbed. Back to Mitchell, though. And the Surge are working it from the blue line in right now. Wolves flip it off the wall. Back to Mitchell. Into the corner. Battled for there on the left side. As the screams for move it, are let out. Pushed back to the middle again. Oh, bit of a collision there. Eisner gets a shove in. They'll get back to the feet though and continue on. Wolves. Backhand down here in front. Mitchell off the end of the stick. Over to the left side. Back to McPherson. Joseph steps in, tries to go 5-hole. Good look there. And that's kind of what we would call a grade A chance there. Clear in front of the net with time to shoot. Gibbs. Gibbs circles around. Down the left side. Pick it up on that. Chance in front and no goal as there was a delayed penalty on the play. Hence the wide open net there. And now they'll talk. So some chatter back and forth here, and it'll end up, oh, it was the Wolves who took the penalty, so must have touched it before they shot it, and a lucky break there for the Wolves despite the penalty. So that puck was definitely in the net, but ricocheted off a stick to kill the play, and a bit of a break there. So PK in here for the Wolves as we're still waiting for our first goal of the game. Surge touched that back. Up the left side. Sangster off to the middle. Joseph. Joseph slows down. Gets that back on the blue line. Shot off a skate. Goes to the corner. Try to work it up the half wall now. Picked up. Rolls back to the blue line. Over the left side. Steps in. Joseph's shot. Blockered away. Joseph. Pushed back to the middle. Waiting for that one, sent on, and another solid save there is getting tested early in the power play with some good looks. Puck picked up. Back to the right side. Surge surveying. Risong. Shot. Goes wide. That bounces in around for Eisner. Eisner down to the goal line. Played back in front. Hits off the post and will be jumped on. 50 seconds remaining in the power play now. It's been in the Wolves' end. Bend, don't break mentality here. Picked up, off the boards, sent back in behind. Along the end boards, turnover in front there. Mitchell steps in, shoots and scores! And the short-handed marker off a great look and a great finish. And the Wolves will have their first lead of this weekend set. Off the turnover, buried into the back of the net, and with 33 seconds, that will go down as a short-handed marker. And now the first goal of the game scored, and this crowd just erupted here on the Wolves side. Picked up. Tram gets that through. It's picked up on the other side here. Surge to the left. Back into the goal line. Moved up the zone. In over the blue line now. Right side, pulled back, Surge to the blue line again. Trying to get that one back. Power play 6 seconds. Mitchell back to Tram. She'll gets it down to the right side corner. Steps in for the shot. Rebound in front. In the feet of the Wolves. They get it. Chopped at it. Trying to catch the player out of the box. Sent in into the glove. Save made. Face off here when we approach the halfway mark in the game. 12:24 to go in the second. Puck dropped in, hits off the skates. Moves back out here for the Wolves. Poked at. Down here in front. Poirier. Worked in. Down the left side, Pinau picks it up as it heads along the boards. Slow it up on the half wall. Nadeku ricochets off her stick. In behind McCormick. To the right side corner, Pinau with a little pressure. Worked in around, Surge. Surveying, lead past that. McCormick up the left side now. Chance here for the Surge. Steps in. What a save there! Holy! Into the glove. And the stop made. And what a stop that one was. Wow. Off the partial break there. Puck dropped in now. Played on back. That one's going to be down the right side into the corner. Worked up the boards and slowed up near that red line now. Crozier with her best save of the game there. In over the line, she's going to need another good one here, and that one is made again. As Hartnell getting some grade A looks here at the halfway mark in this game, and another great one for Crozier. Keeping her team in it here with the lead. Face off to the left here. Puck dropped in, Mitchell to bounce off the stick. Mitchell brought in around, poked at. Up the left side here for the Wolves. Back in around. That one's grabbed, sent up to Hartnell, the captain. Looking to even this game up, brings it in onside. Played down to the end wall, Chason picks it up. Flips it around, and that'll exit the zone. Surge up the right side. Back to Chason. Flipped in behind, Wolves. Off the end board, grabbed. Kim. Defender gets pinched in along the wall there at center now. Into the feet, Surge. Up the left, Lecky hands it off. Joseph shot, blocker down. To the left side corner. Surge. Back from the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell knocked out of this way, and it's loose there up front, and they score. As it bounces in on a funny one, and that will even it up. And a tough one there after some real good saves. Is just too many cooks in the kitchen there in front of the net. Hits off the Wolves' stick and then starts bouncing everywhere and finds the back. Inside 10 minutes, so just past the halfway point here in this game. Joseph brought in. Wolves now going to try to regain that lead they worked hard for. Surge. Flip that up in the air, comes back down. Sangster looks for it. Stevenson swings it back around near the red line. Shot in. Picked up along the end boards. Foot back across. Over to the right. Chased after. Puck's grabbed. Back over the line. Wolves swing back in front off the stick. Looking for a lane now again. Gamble stays up on it. It gets him behind. Surge. Pass in front. Shot. It's still out. Oh my goodness gracious. A slew of saves there. 3 chances right on the goal line that stay out. And what a play there. Face off coming. Shot. Steered to the corner. Looking for that puck. It'll just be jumped on and covered up there by the Wolves. As we assess here. Puck drop now. Surge, play that back around. Trying to stay on the puck. It'll move to the corner. Now move to the middle. Nice shot pass there by Hartnell. My mistake. Now back around. Hits the side of the net. Wolves looking for that. Bounces off the skate. Now it's a foot race to it. Back the other way. Mills brings it in. First time the Wolves have been in the offensive zone in a little bit. And Surge jump on it. Hartnell gets pressure. Poked out along the line. Murray skates after it. Comes out near center. Now a penalty coming against the Wolves. It's a collision there at center. Down to the right side corner. Try to steer that off in front. Surge still with it on the delayed penalty. Now it'll be touched up. And with 7:11 left to go, we'll get the whistle. Puck picked up. In around the end boards. Surge survey. Play it down to the corner. Rasong gets it to the left. McCormick goes wide. Kim. Back to Rasong. Over to Kim. Shot through traffic. Ricochets high. to the blue line. Rasong to the middle. Jumps off the stick, but McCormick regains it. Left side corner now to Rasong. Into the top of the circle. Bounces off the stick to the blue line. Surge, look. Rasong. Down to McCormick. She can't catch up to it. Minute left to go on the power play. Poirier steps around. Backhand goes wide. Back to Rasong. Right side. Shot, slowed up. Looking for it again. Scoots in behind. Kim, 38 seconds to work with. Rasong. Over to the left, McCormick. Shot. Oh, that one stayed loose in front. Battling around for it, still in the blue paint. And jumped on. Crozier, another save to keep this game even. So a penalty comes out of that, and it'll be another power play here for the Surge. So the Wolves find themselves in trouble here on the 5-on-3. Spun around. Great pad save, sticking with it. Back to Mitchell. To the blue line. Right side corner. Played out in front, rebound. Trying to stick with it. Save made on Hartnell. 5-on-3 for another 4 seconds. Mitchell to the right. Surge, steer through, and they score. McCormick feeds that one in behind, and it'll be 2-1. And that'll be after the penalty came out, though, so that will take both ladies out of the box. So it'll be 2-1 now, Surge. 5 minutes left to go in the second. Face off here at center. Dropped in there. Wolves. And around for Tram. Surge. Play that out up the wall. Lacombe gets skated by Robertson, trying to stick with that puck. Has a skater with her, but it's a nice play by McGugan to use that big stick to knock it away, but still a chance there in front. Now picked up on the other side. Wolves. In over the red line. Now the blue line. Plays to the end ball. Surge looking for it. Steer it in behind. Hartnell. Hartnell into the zone. Surge. Sharp angle shot hits the post. Back to the blue line. Through traffic, goes wide. Shot again through traffic. That one steers to the corner. Jumped that. Delcu heads to the right corner. Tried to steer that back in front. Hits off the stick. Bouncing puck to the blue line. Past the sticks again. 3:45 to go here in the second. Into the zone. Surge get there first in the offensive zone. That's another thing we try to keep an eye out for is who is getting to it first in which zone, and can't be getting beat to the puck in your own end. So Wolves continue to play on D here. Gibbs plays it across. Backhand stopped. Flipped up the wall. Joseph steps in, shot. That one snared out of the air there. 3 minutes to go here in the second. Back to the blue line. Shot off a shin pad. Poked at. Into the feet. Sangster spins that around. Into the end boards. Wolves. Lead play. Picked up here. Mills. Mills now breaking it in for the Wolves. Looking to get some offensive time here in the last 2:40. Picked up. Surge over to the right side. Over the blue line. Shot. Save made. Jumped on. Whistle goes here. 2:26 remaining. Puck dropped in. Surge, pick it up. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell down the left side. Through traffic. Nice seeing eye shot there. Bounces off the shin pad. Comes back. 2 minutes to go. Gamble worked in along the boards as they get tied up. 2 from each team. McGugan. Sorry, McAdam there. Tries to play that back. It hits the end boards. Pushed up the wall. There by Chason. It gets back, though, for the Surge as they steer it in over the line on the blue. 94 seconds to go here in the second. Left side corner, tied up. Backhand comes through. Wolves. Got him. Loses it. Bounces up to the mesh near us here. 1:18 to go. Face off coming. Played back into the feet. Neutral zone now. A little chip play. Gets him behind, and now potential chance here, but good job by Gibbs protecting that with the player on the back. Stevenson through the stick. Into Blackrear. Played across, Surge. Off the end of the stick now. Wolves looking for an angle here. Late. Shot on. Steered aside. Surge up the right. Power. Picks it up on the backhand. She'll dump that back in. Mitchell looks for it. 27 seconds to go. Hits the stick. Surge. Back into the zone here for the Wolves. 20 seconds. Lead pass up the wall. Off of the Wolves' stick. Surge, circle that back in. Robertson over the blue line. 8 seconds. And that will take us to the end of the second period. Maybe one last shot. Rides up, and that will do it. So 2-1 here. 3 goals in the period. We'll be back for the third shortly. All right, folks, not sure exactly what we're waiting on currently. Maybe getting some of the water off the ice, so wait for it to dry. Correction there, Callie scored the goal for the Wolves there in the second period, as they're going to be looking to come back in this third when we get going in just a moment. All right, it looks like we are good to go here with our third period of action, game number 2 on this beautiful Sunday. And we'll get into it here as the Wolves looking for one to tie this up. Surge looking to take this thing to the finish line. That bounces off the stick of Stevenson. Hands it off there to Murray. Murray, a little chip play as it heads up the wall into the end boards. Oh, a little shove there. They're going to be okay with that, the refs, as it's down in the right side corner. Now the arm goes up, and not okay with that one. And that'll be a Surge penalty coming here, so an early chance for the Wolves on the power play. Just 30 seconds in. Eisner gonna head off. It's a little too much rough stuff down there in the corner. Face off to the left. Face off, down around. And it'll be one and shot by the Surge, down and on net. Played down here, Stevenson. Stevenson over the blue line. Left side, shot steered away. Back to McPherson. McPherson hands it off to the middle. McPherson steps in, shot save made on the play. A minute in and 30 seconds into that power play. Face off to the left. Puck's picked up over to Richards. Hands that back. P now gets it down to the left side corner. Steered out in front, rolls off the end of the stick there on the right side. Surge now work it out. Surge in over the line. Joseph shot from a sharp angle and a nice look there, shorthanded. So 2 minutes for roughing was the call there. In the corner there, Eisner. Played back in behind to the end boards. Spinning around and hustled after. Surge try to stay on it. Along the half wall. And ref gonna blow that dead, so didn't see enough movement there. Face off, right corner. Slowed up there and behind the net. Wolves. Pass over to Mitchell, turned over though. As they go at it behind the net, and that was almost a bad turnover, but bailed out by the deep partner as they try to work that up ahead. Lead play past the stick of Chason. Down for Gibbs. Leckie gets the feed out from under her. Hartnell's going to pick it up. Hartnell in over the blue line. Hartnell one-on-one, snaps a shot in there. save made with just 1 second remaining in that power play. So not much going there on that one to start the third. Picked up, trying to jam that in on the corner. Seeing a shot goes wide. Surge grabbed that on the right side. Eisner gets worked in along the boards as the Wolves try to pick up on that. Gibbs steps in into the glove. Oh, and a player down there, Thomas. She'll be slow to get up, but she will get up under her own power and be okay. Here at High Button, we don't show injuries, but it looked like obviously skating herself off, just took an extra beat. We'll head back into the offensive zone on the right side. Puck's picked up, played back to Gibbs. Gibbs, hard pass. Back and behind. Wolves gonna pick it up. Wolves off the board, back to Gibbs. Gibbs shoots that ahead, hits her own teammate in the boot there, and it'll head into the right side corner. Wolves now fish it out of there. Stevenson played that up ahead. It's chased after in the defensive zone. Surge start to move that up. Picked up by McNeil. McNeil gets it down the left side, and Gibbs will play it around. Surge, lead pass. Off the end of the stick there, McNeil. Brought back into the zone. McGugan watches that one go back and behind. Play it off. Surge trying to lead past that one. Grabbed by McGugan. She'll shoot that in. She's had a solid weekend here on the back end for the Wolves. 15 minutes left to go here. We're just over 15. Between 15 and 16, we'll call it. Like I said, my first game of the year here too, folks. Working off the rust in the commentary booth, but happy to be here with High Button Sports, bringing you the U18 Female League. Kim plays it across. Left side, shot. That one steers into the glass and just catches it, so we'll continue on. End boards. Going to scoop that out in front. Wolves pick it up. Shoot that up ahead. Stopped, and a little hot shot there that catches the foot. Brought in around Surge. Surveying with 15 minutes to go. In over the line and a burst of speed here on the break and buried. What a goal there for the Lindsay Surge to extend the lead. That one absolutely buried off the rush with 15 minutes to go. Buffett finishes that off. So a highlight reel goal there extends the lead to 2. So the Wolves, who started out the scoring, let in 3 now and trying to get themselves back in this game. And a penalty called there on the the head contact. And that'll be on the Surge, and Hartnell with a visible, what? Let's that one go. That's pretty funny there. Into the left here now. dropped in here. So Wolves on the power play trying to get themselves back into this game. Shot the length of the ice. Left in there. Soaking around McPherson. McPherson starts to bob and weave. Up through center. Surge. Take that over as the stick kind of gets in on the arms there. Picked up and shot to the end wall. Up to Chason. Lead and just onside by Stevenson. That one was by a hair. Into the end boards. Stevenson, nice pass back out. McPherson shoots it. Now a penalty coming here. This one again to the Surge. So they're gonna head to the Wolves for a 5-on-3 here, and the back ref again calls it. Cross check this time. Well, there you go. So to the box. And face off to the left. Puck dropped in. Shot wide, rebound. It's too far as it ricocheted off the boards, handed off, and this is almost one of those do or die power play here despite 13 minutes left. 5-on-3, golden opportunity, down 2. You need 1. Bounces off the stick and it'll exit the zone. Shot back in behind, Surge. Up to Hartnell. Hartnell in over the line. Little collision there. Pino hands it off. Wolves survey and start to work that up ahead. Down the right side. Hugan back to the middle. Shot off the skates. That's going to circle around. Gugan again through traffic. That one gloved out of the air. And another thing I want to mention about this rink here is one of the best burgers I've had all year here at Evangeline Center last night. After the game, locked in on all the streams. Enjoy one of those things. Cooked like a restaurant burger and real nice. And I am mentioning that because I think now that it's officially hit noon, some of the dads here, the parents will be buying some because I can smell one right now. But real good food here at Evangeline. Shot from the left side. That one hits off a shin pad to the corner. Wolves. Back to Pinow. Pinow. Into the half wall. Pinow. Fans on it. Sticks with it. It's off the skate, but only 28 seconds on the power play. So they've been set up, but haven't been able to steer one through yet. Back over. Shot goes wide. Back to the blue line. Right side, picked up. Played down low. Lead pass. Allman knocked off her stick, and that'll be the end of the 5-on-3. So I said it had do or die potential. Nothing to show for it. We'll see if that's the case. Chason with a lane here. Shoots it, and a nice save there. Off a nice shot. 11:30 to go here in the third. So still plenty of time. Just in terms of creating chances here. 2 need to go in to tie this game up. Picked up, played back to the blue line, shot through traffic, blocker to side. Couple whacks at it there on the left side. Again, Surge. Work that puck out. Power brings it along into the feet, try to kick that up ahead. Back to the end boards. It's flipped to the corner. Gibbs fires that through. They wait and then blocker that aside. High in the sky. That's going to come back down for the surge. Down here in front. Long pass that misses the stick and will go in behind. Face-off comes down to the left. Face-off upcoming. Puck picked up here. Back to the middle. Shot goes wide to the left side. Looking for that. Gamble. Back through. Jamming away at that in front. Puck stopped. Ten minutes to go. Puck's picked up and moved down here to the right. Back into the zone. Trying to work that up off the half wall. Down the corner. Back and behind. Looking for that puck. Surge, swipe at it. Comes over to the right. P now in over the line. Trying to work that back around. And sent in the opposite direction, slowed up. Back in the zone, Hartnell shoots, save made. And stopped there. Face off on the right corner here, Wolves and Surge. 8 minutes to go. Picked up for Joseph. Into the left side, Tran goes down for the ice. Down to the right here now. Drop back in. That puck's picked up, worked off the boards, and into the end wall. Surge in around on the left side. Chason sticking with it. Puck bounces in, under 8 minutes now. Looking for that puck. Surge, snap that pass out, connects. In over the line. Down the left side. Surge has a Mitchell in front. Didn't see it, and it goes wide. That was a good look there. And whistle goes offside. .709 now. Shot through traffic, hits off the shin pad. Into the middle. That spins to the end wall. Little shove there, and that'll be a penalty against the Wolves here with just under 7 minutes to go. Picked up, Gibbs. Hands it off. All right, so we're in here for the finish. Allman plays it back over. Gibbs picks it up. Gibbs moved to the middle. Richards tries to play that down, and it's touched with the high stick, so we'll get the whistle as the Surge touch it up. Face off to the left. 1:41 left to go in that Wolves penalty. Down 2. Looking for a big finish here, similar to last night. Need a goal. Down 2, like last night. Wasn't able to pull it off. Could they have it in there today? P now plays it to the right side corner. Dumps it in, and it's chased after by her forwards. Surge now pick up. They start to hustle it out down the right side here. Into the zone. Little collision. Back over. Surge worked in on the wall. Spinning that one high in the air and almost bounced off the shoulder into the back of the net, but heads up play there by the defender now. McCormick to Kim. That's blocked, and great block, no stick, a lot of heart there by P now to finish her defensive shift as it heads down. Surge play that over. Kim, she'll survey. Gets it to the red line, circles back and hands off. Left side Surge. Pick up on that. Kick back to the blue line. Starts to walk it through traffic. Nice shot on, but an even better save as a seeing eye shot stopped here with just over 5 minutes to go. Face off to the right. A shot and scores. Ripped on by off the draw, and that will be the 4-1 as the Surge add a big insurance marker with 15 seconds left on the power play. That one caught me off guard there. The quick move and the finish. 5:11 remaining in the third, and 4-1 the score. Puck's picked up down the right side. We'll head back into the zone here. Face off here for Eisner, and we are in for the finish here. 5 minutes on the dot remaining. That's back to Tran. Tran to the half wall. Trying to get that lead pass. Chasson looking to break out her line mate there, Webster. Couldn't quite get it as Tran picks it up. Back in behind. Played up ahead. McPherson gets tied up. Chasson into the zone and had a player down low. The shot steered aside though. Surge now. Great go to the zone. In over the line. Down the right side. Save made. About 40 seconds gone on that play there. Face off to the right. That's poked at and kind of playing the body there as Ndeklu, as she decided to give it a little shove, and it was a great defensive play that worked out for her team there. Stevenson in behind. Along the half wall, comes back to the blue line and is fed in around. Back to Gibbs. Down here in front now, face off, battled for. Played across to Duncan. Shot to the left side corner, 3:30 to go in the third. Rolls off the feet. P now. Sent in, Surge. Start to move it out. 3:13 to go here in the third. Passed off to Joseph. Oh, just offside that one was. Probably could have waited just an extra second before getting that pass over. Puck. Played out in behind and down the left side. Looking for it in behind. It's battled for on the left side corner still. 2:45 to go. Patted away. As the smothering second period was really the difference here so far in this one. Valtor in over the line, tries to hand that back. Stevenson over to the right side, hits the stick of the Wolves, bounces back to the middle for Murray. Murray steps in behind, heads off the feet. Surge try to get up the wall, bouncing into the bench. Whistle goes, 2:10 remaining. Picked up Surge. Try to lead that up ahead. McPherson gets over to Chasson. In over the line. Passed off down the right side. Back to Tran. She'll feed it to the left again on the line now. Chason, good play there. Tries to get that free for maybe a on-rushing teammate, but it's slowed up. Surge. Pick it up. Spin it around there. Stopped. Back to Tram. Misses the stick. And in behind. Over to McCormick. Poirier bounced off that stick. Chipped it here to McAdam. Grabbed by Buffett and played in behind. Just off the glass, avoiding the head. Oh, and a big collision there. I think incidental between Gibbs and Pinau. And the last minute of play here in the period and the game, and the delayed penalty coming, so that'll be Wolves to the box with less than a minute to go. And that will finish us out here most likely. Over to the right side. Gibbs shoots, save made. 42 seconds. There's a couple seconds tick off the clock there on the defender's shot. Face off coming. Puck dropped in. Surge. Shot goes wide. Picked up in behind there. Getting tied up along the boards. And they'll try again with a little extra chop. Oh, and they're going to send her off for that. Oh, and McGugan, I think, just got the unsportsmanlike with 30 seconds. So that will make it a 5-on-3 here. Face off on the right side, and refs are actually gonna come together here to determine what to do for the next little bit in terms of that latest penalty. And it looks like they're settled it. They put 4 minutes on the clock there. Puck dropped in. Hidalgo shoots, save made. 24 seconds remaining. Want to thank everyone for tuning in to our first weekend of coverage for the U18 Female League here, or the Metro Girls League as well, or the Maritime Girls League. With the rebranding and bringing High Button on, we appreciate all the support for the opening weekend here. Hopefully it'll be a fantastic time this season. That one shot in. Oh, and a collision with the goalie. Oh, and some cross checks as the frustrations coming out here with just 12 seconds remaining. They're going to try to break them up and just let it be. Face off to the right. Puck dropped in, and 10 seconds. Wolves grab it, shoot it down, and that will take us to the end of this one as the Surge with a 4-1 victory here and a 2-0 win set for the Surge here in Evangeline. Great to be here this weekend with you, though. My name's Jeff Werbert. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next